Sorry, filtered out the bass. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the LTG Show. This is episode 165. I am here. My name is Sean Wilburn.
And I'm Andrew Lee.
And I'm Victor Bognat.
And we are the Lazy Tech Guys. We're here to talk about news, tech, and all that kind of good stuff. I also want to let you know that in case, unlike last week where we prepared for our beginning to get it nailed out, this one we didn't prepare for it at all. But we are just naturally that good to be able to figure out who to go next. It was amazing. It's almost like we're grown men, right? You know, I was thinking like maybe with us knowing we're grown men, maybe we should go to Congress. Because maybe we need a couple of them there. Anyway, all right. As you can see, we do live in the United States, and
do you think when stuff like that happens, like the folks at SNL and stuff are like, yes,
yeah, they already had that one skit. I didn't see the skit yet, but it had like all the Republicans that were all like Boehner, Bachmann, and one other one. I forgot. I think Cruz, and they had them looking like they were at some crazy sex dance party, and I'm just like, I can't even watch. I can't even watch that. That's just crazy weird. Just they're doing like a music video, like someone's music video. I forgot who it was though. So I don't know. It was great. Anyway, so how you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
You are?
Yeah.
So okay, great. Okay, so Andrew, how you doing, man?
What?
How you doing, bro?
All right. Apparently hard of hearing today, so.
So does that mean we're going to talk very slowly for Victor, everybody? All right, so on today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about Microsoft. We're going to talk about this interesting advertising venture that they were looking to do, that they were talking about doing, as well as kind of where they're going to go with their devices and services division. We're going to talk about an analyst bringing up iPhone 6 already. We also talk a little bit about the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. Possible bidders for BlackBerry. I know we mentioned that they're going to be up for sale, so now I guess there's talk of bidders out there. A new smartwatch for parents. That way, so you know your kid, if they disappear, kind of know where they are, or at least you know that they've gone away from an area that you want to protect. And the new Fox News control room. Yeah. Yeah, it's something else. You got to definitely see it, but you might be impressed by it. You never know. But let's get started here. Okay, so we're going to first talk about the Xbox One, and we're going to talk about a marketing deal, so an advertising thing. So, quick history lesson. When the Xbox One was announced, things got a little hairy. People didn't like what the direction they were going. People felt the console was going from a non-gamer direction to a more of a TV direction, so on and so forth. One of the things that people were also not happy about is advertisements on the 360. They know that they're there, and they're afraid that this advertisement's going to become even more prevalent with the new Kinect system and Xbox One, meaning that now they know that Kinect can read your heart rate and know more about your biometrics, even when it's just reading you in the room, and it can read more people in the room. Well, right before the rollout, the vice president of marketing and strategy for Microsoft outlined what he is looking for, extending out in their advertising, and this is kind of some of the words that they said. We are trying to bridge some of the world between offline and online. It's a bit of the holy grail when you think about how to understand it in the consumer, how to understand the consumer in the 360 degrees of their life. We have a pretty unique position at Microsoft because of what we do with digital, and as well as what we do with more television because of Xbox. In its early days, we're starting to put together in a more unifying way, and hopefully at some point we can start offering that to our advertisers broadly. Then he starts to go on and say things like, essentially, Xbox One can essentially work like TV that watches you, bringing marketers a huge new trove of data about what's going on in our living rooms, including, as one marketer puts it, unprecedented information about how people engage with TV advertising. So this is a data collection thing. What they're saying is they could potentially use Kinect to monitor what people are doing in their living rooms, to know if you're watching an ad or not. Because remember, with the Xbox One, they want you to run your cable box through it and out, so they will be able to monitor if there's an ad playing on TV if you're watching it, as well as their own ads themselves. And this could be biometric data. They could know that if your heart rate is racing up, so they could really know if you are secretly liking commercial even though you act like you're not. They can tell if you are. So that's the kind of treasure trove of data that they look like they're trying to do. Now, Microsoft has already reacted, of course, to this, and they said that, well, they're trying to deny that they're actually looking to harvest this kind of information. Anyway, so right off the bat, from what you guys are hearing about what they're doing, especially from the quote of what they're looking to do with the TV watching us and using that biometric data to sell to advertisement, what do you guys think about that?
I know why they want to do it, and I mean, it's not very much different than what we're dealing with on the net as far as like Facebook ads, pretty much cookies, that sort of thing. But I mean, because the X1 has already got so much bad rep, I don't think having that would be beneficial. And I think on that article, there's already a slew of comments that are, they're already kind of in disapproval of something like that already. So, I mean, like I said, I understand completely. It definitely would, bring revenue in, but the consumers just don't want it. We're already dealing with a whole bunch of things with the net already. They basically don't want people to kind of potentially looking into their private life, no matter what the chances are. At least that's the impression that I get.
VJ, what's your take?
Well, it's like I think Andrew summed it up quite nicely, but while bringing up Microsoft's side of it, it's like on like and as far as with perspective, like for Microsoft, it's like their future revenue and being able to gather this information, right? Mm-hmm. And the future of like for business for the company. But yeah, as a consumer, I mean my initial inclination is not I don't like that. I mean the privacy I don't know how would you call it, like
I would call it
not necessarily
intrusion. Yeah.
I mean it's not I mean, would you still call it intentional invasion of privacy, or like? Yeah, it's kind of in a weird.
I think intrusive, and it's more of a personal intrusive. Like, it's like I understand it. I'm like with you. Like, I understand why they want that information, and it's not like we wouldn't be willing to give up some of that information, but in the way that they're describing it as, this camera's just going to watch you. It's going to know what you like and what you don't like, and then this information is going to get sold to advertisements so they can get you better ads. Like,
that just sounds like I just feel like a dirty old man's like doing this. Every time somebody explains that, it's like.
Make you want to put something in front of the Kinect. Can't see this now, huh? What?
Yeah, that's the impression that I get. I mean, just reading off of it, just flat out, not even,
Well, and I mean the part of what's weird about it to me is, when they're blatantly saying that technology is going to be there, right? Mm-hmm. To be able to observe these things and collect this data, whereas our laptops and our cell phones have had the cameras on them already, for quite a few years already, right? And we've been used to it, like with the iPads and on the cell phones, and I mean even on the laptops. I'm sure a lot of people already forget that they're there, mm-hmm. and I mean, who knows if that's been observing all this time. I mean, to their credit, they're at least they're being upfront about what they're planning on doing with it. Mm-hmm. Well, but I mean, mm-hmm. so that we could make that choice. So ultimately, it's as consumers, it's our choice, right?
Right.
Which is all you can really ask for at this point, right? So you just.
So I have one other thing about that choice that kind of bugs me, but mm-hmm. and the thing that gets me is the fact that to get most of these services, or you have to pay for the box to get these ads, and then pay for the services online, and while you're paying for these services, you get more ads.
Right.
So usually you pay and you get rid of ads. The same reason why I gripe at Hulu Plus, because I've been griping at that from the beginning. It's like, why would I pay money to get ads? If I'm paying money, I don't want ads. If I don't want to pay any money, then flood me with a bunch of ads.
I was going to add, and I think from the last time I checked, I don't think Microsoft's changing the Xbox Gold membership structure anytime soon. So
no, it's staying the same.
Well, on the flip side, as somebody who has worked on commercials in the past,
okay,
and seeing my kids wonder why they can't fast forward through certain commercials on demand. I mean, there are times that I'm like, well, I had to sit through commercials when I was a kid. You should learn that patience too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I agree with what you're saying, Sean. Like with Hulu Plus, that you're already paying a subscription, and yet they're still having to show you ads on there. But yeah, I mean I just think we're in that transitional time or strange time where all these, I mean, imagine as all these companies having to realize that, we can't, like the traditional models of generating revenue don't fly anymore with, these kind of audiences they're not just sitting there watching TV at the times we tell them that the show's going to be on. That they're also watching something else, doing something else at the same time, and it's just I guess you could say it might be a scary time for a lot of these for the traditional business models and stuff. So I mean, I guess it's like perspective, but like I said, it comes down to your choice, right? So
well, like I said, Microsoft did say have a response in it, and they put the response out on the NeoGAF forums, ironically so. They said, first, no one is working on this technology. We have more interesting and pressing things to dedicate time towards. This interview was done speculatively, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I know, I'm forgetting one syllable. Anyway, and I'm like...
Speculatively.
Thank you. And he is not aware of any active work in that space. Second, if anything like that happened, you would sure it wouldn't happen without the user giving control over it, period. So those are the responses that he had. He's saying all those things, like he gave examples of things going on and proving that it's not done inappropriately. One thing that does give me kind of got me, and I actually remember this comment. Someone was like, pretty much Microsoft is saying they would never do anything inappropriate that they don't approve of. And then one thing I was like, so what kind of stuff do you approve of? But we don't know. All right. Microsoft also, real quick, so there's devices and services division, the one where all the hardware in, phones and Xbox and all that stuff. Apparently, Ballmer has announced today, even though he's on his way out, and there's some rumblings at Skate, there's like rumblings and shakeups at Gate stuff. He wanted to reiterate that they are gung-ho. They are going full steam ahead, everybody. Xbox One, Nokia, acquisition and everything. They're going full steam ahead, and well, they're going to keep on going forward. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if this continues to work. You guys feeling pretty good about Microsoft and where they are headed with this stuff, or kind of?
Well, it's really hard to say. I mean, I don't follow Microsoft like one of our devout co-workers here.
I'm gonna call out Rad like that, dude.
Because I know he would be saying something right about now. But I mean, honestly, you can only hope for the best. I mean, we need everybody doing their best, pretty much, even companies that we don't follow. Works out for everybody in the end.
Awesome. So, other than that, something really interesting. An analyst has opened his mouth and made a statement talking about the iPhone 6, even though we just got the iPhone 5S and the iPhone 5C, which does not stand for cheap. It stands for colors for all those people out there who kept thinking that I was a hater. I'm not. The iPhone. But he's already talking about the iPhone 6, and I'm already looking at this, and my first reaction is like, why? Why? We're gonna start a year worth of rumors now. We're just gonna start it now. Let's not waste any time. But I was wondering about bringing this thing up. Was this more of is the idea of like bringing this thing up now more of an issue of saying, well, the iPhone 5S, the hype has kind of died down. Investors, hey, don't forget, there's more stuff. Don't even go anywhere. Kind of a announcement. Just kind of what your takes on this kind of a.
It just seems like they're just starting early, getting an early jump. Hey, now that everybody's, like you were saying, now that everybody's kind of like, oh, we see the 5C, 5C, and the 5S.
Analyst, that's what he does.
Yep.
It's
just
like, haven't you had that thing, like, a coworker says to you, like, oh, man, great job on that thing. You really, really did a good job there, and you just respond with, yeah, that's what I do. That's what an analyst does.
Pop your collar, wipe the dust off your shoulder when you say that. I'm curious. Jump in your Trans Am.
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily needed to be early, but I mean, they're definitely putting it out there as a sort of speculative thing, because I know people are probably interested in the 6 if it ever comes out fast enough.
Well, I guess on that note, do you guys think that we're still at that point where, like, somebody would be very gun shy about buying the latest phone because they're scared that, like, right when they buy it, the next one's going to come out?
With this little changes between each model, I don't think people will care. I mean, most people don't really care. They need a phone right then and there. Some people do. They're like, oh, you mean I just bought the? Oh well.
Well, like as an Android user, like, do you still feel that way, Sean?
No, I don't care.
I think I don't know if like, at least to me, it seems like that, with the way that Android is going, and like it's more incremental updates, right? Like lately, even with the latest ones that you hear about, like Kit Kat, or even like the latest ice cream snap or Jelly Bean. I'm sorry.
Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know if, like, maybe that's taken away my nerd card or anything, but it just seems like now, as it's being more incremental updates, and, like, the iPhone is the same way right now, right? It, like, do you think overall the excitement is gonna die down? But I mean, I'm thinking about it. I may have to eat those words because there were still lines for this one.
I think overall will die down just because there's just a new model and it's going to be a similar device. Until Apple does something entirely revolutionary, it will always go down. Like, even the greatest thing ever, it won't just pick up in sales forever. Eventually it's going to hit a point of saturation and go down. And this is the iPhone 6, and there's been just about 2 iterations of every phone. So this will be nearly their 12th or 11th phone. That's a lot of phones in 7-8 years. So.
And I was gonna say, right now, I think even what are the sales like right now for the 5C and the 5S anyways.
Oh my God, the most they've ever sold. Hang on, let me look right now. iPhone 5S sales. It's good. Let's find out. It's a good question. 5C, 5S selling well. Apple sales up 10% month over month, according to an analyst. So it seems like they're selling really well. So.
And I think they released just a couple months ago, or a lot sooner than that. I'm not too keen on the actual specific timing, but I know it's been out for a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so but they seem to be selling well. I just wonder, like, just to bring it up already is one of those things where I'm like, really? It kind of makes you wonder if this guy really did want to get his name first on the board. Be like, all right, hang on, boom, I'm first with the first iPhone 6 rumor score.
We're gonna kick it off right before the next year.
That's why I love when I see forum posts and the first post is first. I'm like, yes.
Well, I don't think we see it as much anymore, right?
I still see it.
I still see it, but I mean, this is like a really long first article.
Yeah, it's like, I want to be first, and because I got first, guess what? I'm gonna get a New York Times article about me. Yay! All right, that's pretty cool. All right, let's take a quick break here because we have a couple topics to go over, like including the GoPro coming up here very soon, the new Fox News channel, and a smartwatch that's perfect for parents who are worried about, well, where your kids go. Where did it go? Well, until then, let me tell you where you should go. And you should go to this one URL on your computer. That's audibletrial.com/lazy. Why go to that URL? Because if you do, you can sign up and you can get absolute 30 days of, well, quite a killer book service that has, well, new releases, bestsellers, and all different types of books. Now, when I mean books, I'm talking about books like Inferno, a novel, Blackout. We're also talking about books like The Shack, The Cuckoo's Calling, even Divergent. We have all type of bestsellers, fiction, nonfiction. It goes on and on. Works on any device. And if you do sign up, you actually get a free book. You get to check it out, and well, you get to become a member. When you're a member, you get to save money and get discounts on other books, and you get books free every single month. So if you like audiobooks, you like books in general, and you live a busy lifestyle, this is definitely something you should try. So it's audibletrial.com/lazy. Once again, audibletrial.com/lazy. Go ahead and check it out. Sign up, get 30 days of quite an awesome service, get discounts on other books, get a free book out the deal, and, well, save money. It's quite a great service. audibletrial.com/lazy. Check it out. All right, so Victor, I heard you're getting back into the snowboarding days where you're gonna go ahead and strap cameras
extreme
back to your
sports,
and
rally sport,
do like all kind of rally sports. So you're gonna do all kind of backwards flips off your bikes and stuff. Is that true, Victor?
Well, I guess that's a good segue considering that we were already talking about new models on the previous story. So GoPro.
Why are you going to bring back your segue, man? Why can't you just let the segue die, dude?
Because he wants one.
Because it was a brilliant segue.
It was an all right segue, but we have more important things to do.
All right. So GoPro announced, and it looks like released the Hero 3 Plus. The black edition for their line. See, it's spinning. Whee!
Wait, it's not jet black or midnight black or has some stupid adjective in front of it. It's like,
well, this last line for GoPro, the Hero 3 line, they split it into 3 models. So they had the black, which is the highest end one, the silver, and then I think the white, if I remember right. But the 3 Plus looks like it's gonna have a little some sharper optics, so sharper images, better low light response, better audio, and I think a wider view on it. Sorry, let me try to bring up the so it's white, black, and silver. A wider view, better low light, the sharper images and less distortion thing I said already, improved audio, and the big one as an owner of a Hero 3, longer battery life. one of the things with these newer GoPros is that they can pair with your smartphone or like say an iPod Touch or something using an app, and because of that, it actually uses the battery actually drains pretty quickly. So, and like even if you think that the camera's off, I've found that it could still be like connected by Wi-Fi to your device, and that you know, of course reduces your data.
Sorry.
So yeah, you really need to, especially if you use it before a shoot and stuff, you should be aware of a lot of those things. But having better battery life is definitely welcome. The GoPro camera, the Hero lines have proven as a consumer product to be like an important camera, and we're seeing it like in awareness, like with in the news and stuff like that, with seeing them used for like showing things that happen on the streets and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean it's being better with low light and sharper images is just good for for that, as we start seeing more and more people are getting these small cameras.
So is it true that Julio Iglesias is going to be the spokesperson for this new line?
Oh, I don't know. Where'd you see that?
Oh, hang on. Right over here somewhere. Forgot where.
Would you
Oh man, I don't know. I don't believe why I didn't see that coming.
Where is it?
hero, baby?
I'm telling you, it's right there, man.
I can kiss away.
I'm telling you, you can do it, dude. I don't know why you did not get that.
Mariah Carey could be a spokesperson too, huh?
Yeah, I know, but like his is funnier than Mariah Carey's. I was thinking about it. I thought of Mariah's first, and I was like, his is like Julio Iglesias. It's like you get to see that commercial. I can be your hero, baby. And while you get to see it on the camera, and the car just fades away, and you just see GoPro Hero 3 Plus.
Isn't it Enrique Iglesias?
No, there's so many Iglesias. I don't know. They're all freaking successful, and they're all really have a whole like legion of women who follow them. Each and different generations of women follow each different one. It's hilarious. All right. So we mentioned last week that BlackBerry looks like they're going to be up for sale. This is sad. This saddened Rad so much that he had to go ahead and go on vacation. Well, and it looks like the deal was supposed to go with Fairfax Financial. Now, of course, nothing is written in stone. We don't know what's really going to happen. And now, if something does not quite happen right with Fairfax Financial, it looks like BlackBerry might have some backups that people who might be interested in picking them up. A couple of names that have been dropped were Cisco, Google, Intel, LG, Samsung, and SAP. Now, I like to know... So, right off the bat, when I saw this list, I was like, oh, this looks like the normal list of possible buyers. Like it would just be like a competitor consolidation. Right off the bat, when you see this whole list of possible buyers afterward, do you guys see any truth to this list, or does it seem like just the normal, like, well, these guys have enough money, let's just throw their name in the hat too? Like, I'm surprised Amazon didn't get listed in there.
It seems like it. I mean, those are like some of the big players right now, I believe. But I mean, that's the impression I get.
Yeah, so I don't know. It just I don't know. What about you, VJ?
Well, it's like seeing some of the names, like Cisco. Looks like that would be like similar. Customer base, right? Like going to corporations and stuff like that. SAP, that's one that we don't hear.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that company. What is that? As we check.
That is why we are checking, and I am making noise just to solve here. SAP Business Management Software Solutions.
Is that the Standards and Poor's?
German multinational software corporation that makes enterprise software management, business operations, and customer relations. They're Anyway, so that's what it is. All right, so I don't know. I looked at that whole list and I'm thinking this could be just someone else's attempt to maybe make sure the deal with Fairfax happens. But if not, if one of these other companies, like if Google bought the BlackBerry stuff, I guess the Messenger thing could be big for them, especially if Samsung got it. Samsung could try to make a push for a business market. But, I mean, honestly, I'm like with you. Cisco seems to be more of the more likely people of that list of people who would seem to benefit from doing it. Google would be number 2 only by just saying, hey, we got the BlackBerry stuff, so use Android for your other business stuff. I mean, but other than that, I don't see what Google gained from it either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, predicting these things would be like, we'd be just as successful as guessing like the the playoffs right now. Oakland.
No. You said it incorrectly, dude. You said it completely. It's not Oakland. It's Oakland. You gotta say it right, my friend. Come on.
God, Vic.
Andrew, that was for you, man. Andrew, that was for you, man.
What?
Yeah, I know Oakland? You and I practiced it. You nailed it. You got it.
I'm a Niner fan. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Oakland A's.
Oh no.
Oakland A's.
What?
Nah.
What? Are you a Giants fan?
Born and raised in San Francisco.
All right. I work in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I wore my A's jersey today.
Yeah.
I felt so alone.
See, you look so sad.
It's okay, man.
Sad.
Hey, right here, I'm with you, all right? Yeah, I'm with you.
High five.
High five right there. There it goes.
Virtual high five. Terrible.
Microsoft is giving up on their YouTube Windows app. Now, this is an app that they've been trying to release. Every single time they do it, Google says, no, your app is wrong. You must pull it. So they pull it. Then they came up with a secondary app. And then once again, Google said it's wrong. You must pull it. They were having them pull it because the ads didn't show up correctly and things like that. So it looks like Microsoft said, you know what? Screw you guys. I'm going home. And I am going to leave you with my web app. So if you are a Windows phone user, I am sorry. There will not be a YouTube app anymore. Is everybody sad?
Well, as long as you can log in and stuff, I mean, it's still cool, right?
I hope so. Well, let me see here. How is the HTML5 version of YouTube? Let's go look right now. YouTube. If the HTML5 version works well and you get all the features, then it's fine.
Right. Well, when YouTube opens up,
I mean, it sucks,
say if you're on your phone, if you're on your phone on Chrome or something like that, and it opens up in Chrome, it still shows up kind of like how the app looks, right?
It does, but it doesn't move as smoothly. It doesn't work as smooth, but it does have pretty much most of the same features on there. So if you're a Windows phone, hey, sorry guys, I know you're not getting all the love you're supposed to get. Hang in there, man. Microsoft's got your back. They bought a whole company just for you. Nokia.
So this means Google won, right?
No, it means that the war is still going strong.
Man, so many tech wars.
If it shows up that way, then Google gets to control how it looks, right? So.
Mm-hmm. So, all right. Well, we'll see. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe Google will just keep blocking blocking Microsoft from their services, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because why would you block people from using your service? The more people who view your service, the more money you make. And yes, Andrew.
No, I was just making a pun.
Oh, jeez. All right, so now if you happen to be a parent, and you know what I mean by parent means you happen to have kids, then AT&T is offering a smartwatch that is, well, that they're trying to tailor to you. These are these very little colorful watches that they have that are kid focused and that are going to have like a GPS tracking function to let you know if your kids have left a particular area. And I believe it is called the Flip. The Flip. So this thing, huh?
Philip.
Oh, the Philip. Okay, I did not see that extra little eye in there. That's really That's
very, very small.
Remember the Flip used to be a camera.
So this is the Philip.
Yeah, it's got a really small eye. Oh, it's a lowercase I in the middle there.
That's exactly it. My point. It's like blind people are never going to pronounce this right. Just so you know. People, and I'm talking about blind people, are people who just can't see a few feet ahead of their, like me. Hey, you know me. Anyway, so the Philip, it pretty much it can handle voice calls, direct messages like a phone. It's restricted to 5 whistleblower contacts that must be pre-approved to parents. Whitelisted. Actually,
not whistleblower contacts.
All right. Parents can track their children's activities on the phone through real time through the Philip app. I don't know why that's in there. It looks like they call it a typo. As long as they are wearing the watch, parents will know exactly where their kids are and what they are doing. Philip Technologies was partnered with AT&T's emerging devices and devices engineering, and the product is going to be made exclusively to AT&T customers. Guys, the Philip is coming. Oh yeah, and by the way, as far as the GPS part goes, there pretty much means that there's a designated safe zone which you can designate like the house or so, and when they leave that area, then you'll know where they are, and they'll start kind of alerting you, saying, "Hey, you know, kids running away. They're running away right now," and then hopefully you know
get to the chopper.
Thank you. Exactly. All right, so
how much extra do you think this is going to be?
Oh, well, $10 a kid. Actually, no, it is parents. They are helping parents and their kids. So I say they could probably get an easy $20 a kid out of this. But I'm thinking 10. Yeah. I was thinking 10 a kid per month.
So do you think this is going to cut down on seeing the leash things?
Maybe not. I was gonna say, what type of age group is this supposed to be designed for?
Obviously, the age group that have phones, but they're also worried about running around. So I'm thinking, probably like 8, 9.
Yeah, I mean,
10.
I'm thinking like preschool and maybe like kindergarten.
Yeah, I'm thinking toddlers.
Well, that's the thing is like, why would you give a toddler the ability to have a watch that they can answer phone calls?
Yeah, that's true also.
Well, I mean, I'm more concerned if it, because I'm like, okay, when they say it's for kids, right? And I'm like, okay, well, it definitely looks the theme clearly, but gee, I don't think they're going to last through a lot of abuse.
Well, what if that's a rubber handle? That's the reason why you're not seeing it. Well, like that entire handle is entirely rubber, so it can be pretty flexible. That can handle the abuse alone. The only part of technology would just be the screen that's encased in rubber. It means that the design and make of this could be dirt cheap. They could charge monthly for it and make a killing on these things. And they could not prey off, but they're playing off parents' desire to want to protect their kids, which of course is rightfully so. But at the same time, I do wonder the effectiveness of this. Hopefully, very effective. And for the people who are worried about it, hey, it's a great idea. Your 9-year-old running around, you don't know where they are. Now you can actually know where they are, given that your 9-year-old does not know how to take this off and leave it right at the
Well, there was that 9-year-old that snuck onto a plane earlier in the news. Went from, I think it was, Minnesota to Las Vegas, and went through many layers of security.
Which means that kid had dreams. I'm going to Vegas and becoming a star.
Yeah.
I'm going on an airplane.
Given that the kid wouldn't have been, aware enough to ditch the watch already.
Well, any 9-year-old... Look, I'm sorry. The minute you have this on your wrist, you already know what it's for. Just keep this in
for
your watch.
a 9-year-old
keep
would
this
know.
on your hand. Yeah, I mean, the thing is this. So you're talking about, you asked who this before. So there are some 7-year-olds that have phones. There are 2 8-year-olds. So either this is an attempt to convince parents for giving cell phones to younger people. They're going to attach since it is an app, that you can attach it to like an iPod, but then you're probably not going to give an iPod to your 5-year-old. You probably only give it to your 7 or 8-year-old. So I'm thinking 8, 9-year-old. I do think the colors should be a little bit more mature on them, just to appeal a little bit more to a slightly older,
I'm sure
quote unquote, child. What?
I'm sure they'll make a black and a white one also.
I hope so. Instead of and just so people who are listening, green. We're talking about cartoon green, cartoon red, very light cartoon blue, and very cartoon pink.
Like Sesame Street.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, because you guys got me thinking. What do they call those things when you're on probation that you have to wear?
Oh, I mean the bracelets or the house arrest things, or
basically,
train your kid to be a criminal now. Put him on house arrest. You will know when he's left the house. Yeah. That's wrong, dude.
Sorry.
Dude, why don't we just treat our kids like animals and put them on leashes? Oh, wait.
We do that already.
I know. Well, I've seen some of these kids. All right. I was like, yeah! I was like, wow.
Hey, man. They got minds of their own.
Oh, I'm not going to argue with them. It's just that point when they're running and you're like, well, I'm by the street, and they really want to go in the street really bad right now. Don't.
Well, it's
like, leash, stop.
GPS is not going to help you with that.
But guess what? He's in the street right now. I know he is. I'm chasing him. It'd be great. Anyway, guys, I think we should go to the future. And I think the only company who really knows where the future is Fox. Yes, we're talking Fox. The Fox News Channel are the people who really know the future more than anybody else. Not because of their news broadcasting and far for their accuracy of their news, but mainly for, this new kind of screen thing they got going on here. Matter of fact, hey, VJ, do you have hang on, do you have this link? The Gizmodo link? VJ?
Yeah,
you got it. All right, so what they've done is they decided to create a new backdrop, like a new control center. This is the control center where the news portion of Fox is going to aggregate all the news information and quickly get it on the screen so that you can get your eyes on it and find out what's going on. But the looks of it is very unique. It looks like they've taken a bunch of Windows 8 tablets, about 7 or 8 of them up in there, and they've put them on these huge screens, and they have these people who are going to have their backs to the camera, and they're going to be sitting there working on those screens, looking at Twitter feeds and, screens of stuff with custom screens going through news topics. And this is their new futuristic new look that they're going to do. They're implementing it now. Pretty soon, I guess this thing will be live. And if anyone wants to get a visual on this, imagine Star Trek with very, very big tablets all over the place. All right, Andrew, you go
can't
first.
do it, Captain. I can't do it, Captain.
All right, Victor, your joke. Come on, throw it out there.
Wait.
Oh, dude, you're supposed to have a joke pre-prepared.
Oh, yeah.
See, obviously, Andrew got the memo. Come on, dude.
So, this, it's a weird time that we're in when, the news organizations, real news organizations are relying on gimmicks to attract viewers and stuff like that, like this. Remember in 2008 with the CNN quote-unquote holograms?
Mm-hmm.
I think they had Will.i.am on there at one time.
Don't why he's even there. Oh God, why is he even up there?
As somebody that's worked in a newsroom before, I mean, the point is, of course, right, to present the news. But do you think it speaks a lot to our times that the news has to be outrageously entertaining? Or, visually overstimulating like this?
Well, they definitely got the visually overstimulating part going on.
I mean, like what we were talking about earlier, you know, where Microsoft has to feel like they have to gather all this information to make a business out of it, like that. You know, CNN and Fox are feeling like they have to compete. They're competing with second screens and, you know, stuff like that. Well, I guess Twitter, right? They're competing with Twitter now, right? But I mean, even in that Fox News presentation about their new newsroom, they're one of their main points is saying that, you know, we'll go through Twitter for you and we'll verify what's real or not for you. So I mean, you don't think that is a valuable service?
I don't know. Here's the thing. As far as how they aggregate the information, as long as it's accurate, which for some people is questionable with that company already, then that's fine. The entire thing with the tablets, I'm looking at how the people are looking at it, and even they're like on pins and needles with it. Like, what should I touch? What can I do? Like,
well, it's new for them. I mean, yeah, it's a new, like.
I just wonder how this is really gonna, like, if you're gonna make this kind of a jump, it's all for looks. It doesn't seem to increase, or will it increase the workflow? I'm kind of curious how it's going to increase the workflow.
Well, in a newsroom, there's already people that are doing this on, you know, regular computers, right?
Right.
They just change the researchers or the reporters to these big ass computers.
And you got to train them on them. Like I said, I just wonder, and they said they had to go through a whole new training thing. I wonder how this is going to affect the flow. Like, is this going to really slow them down at first? Is it going to be? I mean, because come on, you're going over to a new system. How many people here have gone over to a new system and had everything work honky dory as soon as it gets out the start? No, it always has problems. I'm just curious, like. They're doing all these changes, and I'm wondering how much of a change this really could to increase the speed of doing whatever it is that they're trying to do, or whatever it is the goal of this entire.
I'm sure there's still going to be like another team off camera on regular computers with those big CRT monitors.
Nah, not according to the main guy. He said it's going to be just these guys back here. That means you get to see them scratching their butts on TV.
Well, like, have you seen like a Channel 4 or the other newsrooms where they do place some reporters in the newsroom, like with people working behind them and stuff. So I mean, I don't think this is really going to change. Like, it'll change things visually, but not, you know, not like news gathering wise.
You don't think this is the future of Star Trek? It's going to start in Fox News? Starfleet starts in Fox News.
Will it be? Do you mean will this be a revolution? Honestly, I hope that this falls, like the whole gimmick thing, like, kind of goes away, as because, you know, I don't know how that's really adding to the reputation by saying we got big screens here, we got big screens there, you know. So, well, I mean,
bigger is better, though, right?
I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Beyond that, yeah, the first thing is I get what they're doing. I hope, like I said, I hope they get a return on what they need to do. I do know it's kind of cool that the fact that it is real, that what they are doing is real, and I can tell so because there is a cable mess under each of these things. Like if you look at some of the other shots, you could see the cabling and the wires and all that stuff coming out. Yeah, so it just makes you feel good. I'm like, all right, great. There's all the same crap. They're just trying to clean it up and hide it so you don't see it. But good job. Like I said, I just hope that this doesn't impede their like. I hate the idea of them doing this entire big rollout to find out that it's not any better to do it this way, and they should have just kept it with the standard CRTs.
Hey, we're talking about it. Did it shop?
Well, dude, I would have noticed it the first time I turned on Fox News. I was like, "What the?" When I saw that entire background.
CNN's already got like a high-tech set behind them. Like, remember the thing where they were like, see, this is where a thing is, and this, and if you go here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've already got my complaints about CNN, so I can't watch that show. Anyway, guys, are you guys all gonna just start watching Fight? I'm just joking about that. Anyway, so all right. So, wow. Okay.
I will watch the one that keeps my attention longest.
So they want the
That's
most
what they want.
lights. Flashy lights, then. All right.
Giant robots.
Anything with giant robots. Giant robots save the world. All right. Anything else here you guys need to add on to? You want to add on to the tech news and all that kind of good stuff?
No.
And Victor? No, you good? How's the elephant in the corner of the room?
It's asleep right now.
It is? Good to know. All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. This is the LTG Show. You've reached the end with us. It's been exciting. It's been fun. But it must all come to an end. Now we need to have the slow music playing. Where's Hero? Actually, this is when you need to have, like, the nursery rhyme, like the Mary Poppins nursery rhyme or something. And then, like, you're telling a story. But anyway. We are the Lazy Tech Guys, and I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us. There's many different ways you can contact us. Email, comment@lazytechguys.com. You can also give us a call at area code 707-722-LAZY, which stands for 722-5299. Now, if you are social, and we are all social, that was actually hard to keep a straight face. If you like social networks like Facebook, Twitter, or Google+, look up Lazy Tech Guys and follow us there. Our YouTube channel is Lazy Tech TV. And that's what you should go ahead and subscribe to there all the time. Why? Just because, well, you should. All right, just do it. Subscribe to Lazy Tech TV. Lazy Tech TV. YouTube Lazy Tech TV. All right, thank you again for everybody for hanging out with us. This was fun. We'll be back, hopefully tomorrow with the Wireless Weekly. We don't know. We haven't seen Tony yet. I'll talk to him very soon. Hopefully get your throat together, get it shaped up, dude. He's been a lot of talking this past weekend. But beyond that, we'll be back also with some gaming news up in this upcoming Thursday with the Lords of Gaming. Beyond that, hey, we'll see you guys next week, and we are out.